Hey, what's going on? So last time I posted a video, I showed some actual footage of me training so people will be convinced that I actually do some lifting a little bit. This time is no different. I just took a spray bottle, sprayed it on my face, and now I can talk about cardio, right? So anyway, I really did just get done doing some conditioning a moment ago. And I have a really difficult time I really enjoy lifting, but hitting my conditioning, my zone 5 and zone 2 targets every week is a challenge for me. So, fortunately I invested in one of the Morpheus straps, and based on the information that I put in, it just tells me how many minutes of each one I need per week, and then I can kind of divvy it up however I like, as long as I'm hitting those targets. So kind of helps take one less thing on my plate, so to speak, each week, which is good. So today the weather is gorgeous outside. It's 65 right now. Tomorrow's going to be 70, so I'm trying to get outside and do a lot more cardio and conditioning. Zone 5, all outdoors as weather permits, because up here in Washington in the wintertime, it's all indoors, on a bike or a treadmill or whatever, and man, it just does feel nice to be out in nature and do it all outside. But anyway, there is a huge park right behind, about a half mile down the road from where I live, and there's a ton of trails, so I'll just get out and hit the trails a little bit, and I really enjoy, it's a lot easier for me to hit my minimums if I follow what's called a Fartlek style training. So what that is there's not so much tight organization or structure to it. It's meant to be more playful, more fun. You do some hard stuff, some easy stuff, some moderate stuff, and what the stuff is kind of dependent on whether you're by yourself or you have a group of friends with you or whatever. So spike ball might be one way you could look at Fartlek, or basketball might be another one where it's super laid back. Yeah, there's some rules and stuff here and there, but especially if you get out and you do like a group running or a group training session, this is where this will traditionally be used. And it's exactly what it sounds like. Right around here, this park I'm at, there's some hills that get very steep, there's some flat areas, there's some moderate hills. So I'll find some areas and I'll put on some music that I want, and then I'll walk, and then when I feel like it, I'll jog, and then when I feel like it, I'll sprint. And there's no real structure or plan to it. It's just more of me out on the trails, kind of doing what I want. And then once I'm done, I'll go back and hit stop on my heart rate monitor, and everything will populate in my, and basically that, how much in each zone will go towards my cumulative target for the week. So it really makes it nice to get out and do what you want to do. So tonight is a great example of why I love some of that unorganized, unstructured type plays. I was about 15 minutes into I was going to go for about an hour and just alternate between walking, jogging, sprinting. And I was about 15 minutes in, and a coworker calls me and he's like, "Hey man, I need you to come back to work. I locked my keys in my office and I need your key to get in." I was like, "No problem, I'll be there in about half an hour." So had to sprint back to my house and hop in the car, which is why I'm still sweaty, right? And make my way back to base to unlock his office. So anyway, I know 10 years ago I would have sweat this, and it would have really annoyed me because it didn't follow my plan exactly as I wanted to follow it and all this stuff. But as I've gotten older and accumulate more training sessions, doesn't matter too much. And you start to see that as you get older. I'm not training for anything in particular. I'm not, other than just to be in generally good condition, generally strong, and hopefully expand my my lifespan, if you will, and my quality of life. So outside of that, I'm not training for a competitive sport or anything like that. So there's that component as well. But life happens, things come up, and when you look at it from a more relaxed standpoint of, if you're already training, you're probably doing more than 99% of the population. If you're strength training and doing some cardio, you're definitely doing more than 99% of the population. And over the long haul, I look at it like averages, right? So like you're gonna have, what's the average? What's my batting average gonna be when I'm dead? Like how many sessions did I get in? So I look at the batting average, so to speak, is like, well, that counts as a base hit. Like today, I'm just getting a base hit. I would rather have a ton of base hits rather than a few home runs. And what I mean by that is there's the people who will just have these home run training sessions that are very impressive, but then they're wrecked for a week or 2 weeks. And during those week or 2 weeks, they're not doing any training sessions. They're missing training sessions because they're destroyed themselves. So anyway, that's just to kind of shine a little light on, training and give you an idea from a mindset standpoint of, if something comes up and you have this beautiful periodization laid out or whatever, don't sweat it, man. Just move it to the right. Just move it to the right one day, and you'll get it tomorrow. That's why I'm not a huge fan of deloads unless you're training extremely hard, because typically something comes up. Rather a loved one gets sick, you get sick, you've got a conference you have to go to, like whatever. Like life just comes up, and life makes you take down days anyway. And then during the days where you have life come up and you can't train, okay, cool, you can do some restoration type work, you can stretch, you can do some mobility stuff. There's tons of things you can do in place of a very structured training program. So anyway, just leave you at that for a couple things to think about. And if you have questions, be sure to DM me, leave some comments in the comments section below. And you can always email me, travis@dhpcoaching.net. All right, have a good night.